Hey, welcome back to the channel. So, my name's Mark. It's been a little while, folks, but I actually want to record this because long-range tanks in the Defenders, there's not really much info online about them. There's a couple of options available, but everything from the manufacturers is old photos. So yeah, this is a 120 litre long-range tank. I'm going to throw it in today, all going well. I've got a little bit of fuel in the tank here I need to get out, unfortunately. Let's crack in. This tank is the Long Ranger 120 litre tank. It's a TR40. So I just got back from the, they actually come primed. This one's just come back from the, ignore that. This was professionally painted. I certainly didn't rattle can it in the shed here. I'm way more professional than that. So this is a true driveway DIY. 75 or 80 litre standard tank's got to come out, drop the sway bar down, drop the fuel out, pull the sender, pull the fuel lines, and drop the tank. Should be pretty easy. There's not much to these old things. So, also tow bar to get out of the way. Hopefully we don't need to modify that too much. Let's see what we can find to put this fuel in. So yeah, this fuel tank, there's actually a lot of options available for the Defender, but something that doesn't hang too low was my main concern. Because as you know, we do like to get off-road and not looking to jeopardise that clearance or departure. So that's why I committed to the 120 litre. And there are other options under the driver or passenger seat or under the seal panels, but they hang lower than the chassis in certain points, so didn't really want to go with those either. But this is a 120 up from about 80, 40 litre increase. That's pretty good. I reckon there's probably 20 litres roughly still in this tank, maybe 25. So I'm going to try and drain it straight into a jerry can. We got the plug. You ripper. Well, look, I may have massively misjudged that one. There was only 10 litres in there. That's all right. We'll just hope that there's no more than 20 left. Right, that worked well. Tank's empty. Exactly 30 litres. Let's disconnect sender and some fuel lines. So let's disconnect all that. There's some fuel lines around the other side as well. Then the filler neck, and we can start unbolting. German? Don't mind the German. The pot plant man. Huh? Yeah, a little lump cut out, didn't you, boy? Yeah. Alright, well, you might notice there's a wheel off now. I pretty much just couldn't get to a plug. Couldn't get in the wheel well. So, took the big old 35 off, unplugged it. I'm just going to leave it off because I know if I put it back on, I'll need it off again, so. That's off. Now we just got to get this tow bar off. Let's hopefully these bolts aren't too rusty, and drop it. Alright, there we go. Fuel tank out. There's the seal still in pretty good nick, which is good because I don't think I have another one of those. So we will reuse that. Oh, fuck. Alright, well, I've got a bit of cleaning to do up in the chassis there. This is going to be messy. Dropped a bolt in the gravel. Took me about an hour to find. Anyway, just put a couple of little brackets up on each side. Relocates the fuel line, pickup line up out of the way. Chassis still a little bit dirty. Surprisingly, not really any rust. A little bit up behind here. Just caked with mud. 30 years of mud. Nothing too bad though, so I think I'm ready to lift this tank into place. I also think I'm missing a part, which I probably should have checked, as the instructions say, before you start the job, but I had a quick skim over it, everything looked like it was there. So I went to put this guy in. However, the clamping ring, I actually thought I reused the original clamping ring somehow. Should be a new one supplied. It's frustrating, but I'm pretty sure I can still put the tank in. So I'm not sure if there's space to mount this first, so I reckon I'll be able to get this in after. Alright, welcome back to a couple days later. Hopefully I'm getting that missing part in the mail today, just waiting for the postman. In the meantime, I have done as much as I can without putting the sender in, or bolting the sender in. So, got all the new lines in. These instructions are pretty shit, to be honest. Few parts that I've used other things. Fuel filler is back on. The 12mm hose that was supplied, which is this breather one, that was not long enough. So you could join it to your old one or just use your old one. Also the lines underneath are connected, so fuel pickup and fuel return, I've connected both of those. Just zip tied them up out of the way, should be good enough for now. And now I'm just bolting on the sway bar extension brackets. So big beefy brackets just to lower that sway bar under the fuel tank. So let's get them on, and then we might also have a look at bolting on the tow bar. And I have made some adjustments to the tow bar. Not ideal, but I think that should still be alright. So the tow bar look like that. I've had to trim both of those pieces off, and also just a little bit at the top here as well. Okay, another day's gone past. I've just thrown in that little missing piece, which is just a flange or faceplate to hold that sender unit in. So we are now ready, I think, to put the diesel back in the tank. All right, that's 30 litres in. Let's flick the old key on. Well, that's not bad. So I checked it at 10, 20 and 30. So it looks like about 35 litres is showing quarter of a tank. All right, there we go. That's 75 litres in. We're showing about 3/4 on the fuel gauge. That's pretty much everything. Hopefully she starts up all right. And yeah, that is the 120 litre fuel tank in the Defender.